Welcome back to Headlines. Today is Monday, September 9th. I'm Wes Austin, and these are today's top stories. According to a new House Foreign Affairs Committee's report, the Biden-Harris administration was hell-bent on pulling out of Afghanistan and ignored military advice and grave concerns from our allies. Oh, that's why it went so well. In order to make sure it was safe to actually leave, the Doha Agreement had set up key obligations that the Taliban had to meet before we'd pull out. So when the Biden-Harris administration saw that the Taliban failed to meet those conditions, they decided to just withdraw anyway. It's the same logic as seeing a bridge out sign and thinking, nah, let's just gun it and hope for the best. The Biden-Harris administration made the decision to pull out entirely despite nearly every military official advising against it. Now, those were just U.S. military officials who were against it. The Iranians were all for it. We also waited until the Taliban had already taken over Kabul before ordering the largest non-combatant evacuation ever. That's like having your house start on fire, but waiting to call the fire department until your house got really, really on fire. Kamala was the last person in the room when Biden made the call. Well, it's a good thing she was there, otherwise things could have gone poorly. Senator Bernie Sanders gave a straightforward response when asked about Kamala Harris changing her position on policy issues.
Do you think that she is abandoning her progressive ideals?
No, I don't think she's abandoning her ideals. I think she's trying to be pragmatic and doing what she thinks is right in order to win the election.
Not abandoning her ideals? No, she's just ghosting them until after November. Kamala's changed her stance on Medicare for all and fracking. But don't worry, folks, she's still solid on her favorite policy, getting votes. Bernie says Kamala's not abandoning her ideals. She's just putting them in a witness protection program until after the election. I think Liz Cheney compared Kamala Harris to Ronald Reagan.
If you look at Vice President Harris's speech, for example, at the Democratic Convention, it is a speech that Ronald Reagan could have given. It's a speech that George Bush could have given.
Because nothing screams Reagan like a speech that leaves you wondering if you just watched a speech or an episode of Veep. Sure, Kamala's like Reagan if you ignore Reagan's charisma, timing, and ability to make people feel like he actually knew what he was talking about. Next up, Liz Cheney compares Joe Biden to Winston Churchill. During an interview about his new documentary, Sir Elton John was asked about former President Donald Trump using his song Rocket Man to make a joke about Kim Jong-un.
I know that you're not a supporter of Donald Trump's. He loves your music. How did it feel when he took the lyrics to Rocket Man and he used it as a nickname for Kim Jong-un?
Anyone else thinking the interviewer is wearing a Kamala Harris t-shirt?
I laughed. I thought it was brilliant. I just thought, good on you, Donald. I'm the Rocket Man, yeah. Donald's always been a fan of mine, and he's been to my concerts many, many times. I mean, I've always been friendly towards him, and I thank him for his support. Yeah, when he did that, I just thought it was hilarious.
Elton's basically like, sure, I'm friends with Trump. What's the big deal? Meanwhile, the interviewer's soul just left his body. And somewhere at that exact same moment, Mark Hamill's head exploded. I can just hear the Hollywood producer saying, well, we can't use this now. A perfect setup to slam Trump, and he doesn't take it. Whoever did this pre-interview is fired. Hollywood execs are now frantically searching for old footage of Elton John kicking puppies, you know, for damage control. New York City is giving money and gift cards to migrants to move out of city-operated shelters and help them obtain permanent housing. Now, this is after the free food, free shelters, and debit cards that you've already heard about. This is more money after that. So the gravy train continues. They're offering $4,000 to 150 families, as well as $1,000 in gift cards for moving expenses and necessities. But it is going to be a tough sell. I mean, basically, it's like, do you know the free place that you're staying with all the free food and all the free dry cleaning and all that stuff? We want to give you $5,000 to move out of that so that you can pay for stuff yourself. I mean, they might get some of the dumb ones, but that's it. New York City's basically paying migrants $5,000 to leave shelters. Look, you don't need to do that. Here are 3 quick options right off the top. I bet if you played an endless loop of Kamala Harris speaking, they'd leave for free. Or get those Venezuelan gangs from Colorado up there, they'd clean them out quick, positive. Or do the migrants in those New York shelters have pets? Because if so, take some of the Haitian migrants from Springfield and put them in there. Just trust me, they'll be gone fast. Look, my point is this, there are lots of options. I've got tons more. Call me. Thanks for watching Headlines. I'm Wes Austin. Good night.